Look at what I've got to work under, guys. Talk about tight fit. I can't go in the bedroom because they've all been decorated now and carpet, so. And I definitely ain't going to be traipsing up and down the stairs because I've got my ladder here. This is the only place I can put my paste table. I've literally cut 3 lengths because when I get to the 4th it changes, and yeah, I don't want to get too far on myself. But it's a drop pattern, which means you have to stagger your rolls, which means you use the rolls, but you open one, cut it, open another, put it on top, cut it, and then you can even use the first one and put it on as the 3rd one, if that makes sense. But generally when you're doing a room, you'd go around and you'd cut all your rolls, believe it or not. You'd cut like 15 lengths, and you better damn well make sure you get it right, because you'll end up ruining it. But yeah, you have to, it's a bit of an head scratcher, especially with a drop pattern. When it's a set pattern, it's a lot easier, and obviously because of this stairwell, it's a bit awkward. But once I get past here, it's going to get easier. It's just these main 3 that are going to be the problem. It's not a problem, but it's just a bit awkward, that's all. I just want to talk about pasting, guys, because this is obviously a box standard paste table. They're pretty standard. Like if you went anywhere to a DIY store, they generally sell these kind of ones. They're made out of balsa wood, if you ask me. Absolutely rubbish, but they do the job. But what I always make sure I do, there's handles on the other side, and I always make sure I've got the handles away from me. And when I paste, yeah, if you look here, you can just, I know you can make it out, but I've got 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3. And what you always do to keep a clean edge, and to keep the table clean especially, is to paste it that way. You paste the first one like this, how it is, it's set up, because if you look here, it's just literally on the edge of the paste table. And you always bring your brush away. You never get your paste brush and go back into it, because that's when you end up hitting the table. So always brush away. So when I'm pasting it, I always like long strokes like that, always like that. And then the same there, like, try not to make too much of a mess over there, because yeah, you can end up in all sorts. So you get it on the paste table, you get it on your paper, don't you? So I'm going to show you, don't kill me, because don't shoot me down, but this is all I've got. What's that, a 5-inch brush? I needed like a 7 or 8 inch. I might go down Screwfix and get one, because I damn well don't want to be pasting it on with this. Some people put it on with a roller, but I guess I'm old school. I like to put it on with a brush. I always put my paste on a chair or something to get it up off the floor. Put a piece of string across it, and that way you ain't, you know, it's less work. Like, you've got to just make life easy, and that definitely does make it easy. So I'm going to set you up, guys, and I'm just going to show you how I paste these rolls, okay? Right, like I say, it's a bit awkward. You can see what I'm up against. Tuck myself in, belly's in the way, never mind. Fetch this over, I'm ready to go. And just paste the first one. I never go right up to the top of the paste, like I always, because when I cut a length, I always like leave it 2 inches, 3 inches above my cut. So when I paste, I go 1 inches below the paste. So I've got 3 inches overcut, and that just allows me to paste. 3 inches overcut, and it just allows me to paste like 1 inch. It just means that it saves it going on the ceiling, if there's any paste to be good. So see what I'm doing here? I just keep it away from the wall, and this is not ideal, guys, because I'm in a confined space. I suppose you can laugh at me. What's he doing? See that, brush away like that. Always make sure that you've got the paper just overhanging overlaying that pasteboard. Oosh. Sometimes you can like lip it up with your finger and just hold it and just keep it away from that table. Like that, guys. What a joke, eh? What a joke. Right, and just fold it up. There's a trick to this, got to be quick. Don't crease these edges, just go like, again, go an inch below the paper, and maybe just pinch the edges in if you want them, but never run your finger all the way along and crease it down, because you'll crease the paper. Now what I do now is I move this back a bit, because I'm not going to paste over it twice. Keep folding this up. I don't go long enough, I have to do it that way. It's going to be awkward, this is long. I'll have to hold it. Right, here we go again. This is the longest length, so this will be the awkward one. Always brush away, like that. Brush, brush, brush. And I'm coming to the bottom now, and I'll repeat that same thing. I'll stay an inch away. I won't paste right to the end. There's no need. See what I mean? Look, like that. Big long strip. Never take your brush into that, because you'll have to start getting paste everywhere. So I think I can live with this. It's not that bad. Right, then you fetch it over. And that's how I do it, guys, like that. Read the instructions, how long you're supposed to. I could literally paste 3 or 4. I used to paste maybe 10 in a go. And I'd hang them all up, and I'd have, obviously where you folded them, I'd have it hung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cut all the tops, and I'd drop down and just drop all the bottoms, and away you go, quick. When it's your profession and you get used to something, you end up doing it really quick. But I'm older. I just want to take my time and get this right, you know what I mean, because I don't want to muck up. It's been, I decorate from maybe once every 5 years, you know what I mean, I'll go in and do something like this. But you never forget. Hopefully. I think what I might do, I don't know. This is, like I say, you get a feel of the paper, and this feels like a nice paper. And you don't want to put a paper up too soon, because there's a danger of it like bubbling. You've just got to read the instructions, follow the instructions, but I'll see how I feel. I'm going to put this first length up, and then I'll see how well it cuts and stuff like that, you know what I mean. I've got a snap-off blade knife. I always use a snap-off blade knife, so again, I'll show you how I cut the paper. Because back in the day, you used to just use shears, like papering shears, but my eyes ain't what they used to be, and I couldn't do it now. But yeah, when I used to think of how I used to cut paper, like easy, you know what I mean? But nowadays, I think it's easier to cut with a knife. But you know, would you see a professional? I think you do actually, like they do use knives now, they've moved on to knives. Right, I'm going to give this a go, what do you reckon? Let's give this a go. It's so bloody awkward here, guys. Can't tell you. Yeah, oh, look at my belly, look at my belly. Right, how are we sitting there, how are we seated? Pig's ear of this, isn't it? what I'm going to do now. I'll be hanging that first roll. Where am I pointing now? I'm pointing at the camera, what an idiot. And I've got my laser level. I'm going to set it up and just go by that. Never had a laser level bloody 20 years ago, that's for sure. Upstairs, have a papering brush, have a sponge, try and get it all prepared as you go into battle. I'll be glad when I get this out of the way because it is in my way. Good enough. Always fold your bits in half when you cut them. Right, I've cleared up a bit as you can see. I've got rid of the paste level. I can move now. It's been a nightmare. I've pasted 4 rolls, 4 lengths should I say. And it's slow going. I've obviously lost my touch, if I ever had it. Good stuff. Got that showing there. Just a smidge. Correct. I'm on dot. A bit of a giddy head on. Giddy, giddy, giddy. So looking up. Now this is a bit of kit, I tell you. This is a game changer. Just put this to the paper, cut, and yeah, it does a good job. I'll show you guys in a second. I mean, look at that. Look at that cut. Easy peasy. I'm liking that. I'll lock that up, probably. We'll soon find out. That's all right. Wipe the paste off the top. Wipe the paste off the bottom. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Always fold your offcuts, fold them up, and that way you won't be stepping in them and getting all paste everywhere. Nice. I know I just said it, but always, when you're doing your paper, match it to eye level, because if it's stretching or anything, your eye will catch it if it's eye level. So always match your paper eye level. Yeah, that's good enough. There's a bond out. I don't know what that is. I could be in trouble on the next length. Don't tell anyone. Right. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Remember guys, eye level. I'm a bit tall, so I set it a bit low because she's smaller than me, so I don't matter. Oi, oi, oi. Screw it. Have we got enough? Right. I'll show you how I cut around a light switch. Boom, there it is. Right, feel for the corners. Yeah. And you cut away. Guessing this. I've got ring rusty, paper rusty, defo. Defo got rusty in doing this. That's it, she's gone in. That's it. And she's dropped. She's dropped. A little bit of fine tuning. A lot of bit of fine tuning. And when I put that grey paint on there, it's allowing me to cheat a little bit. Get around this little problem. Fold it up. Ain't nothing in this all to get hung about. Just keep moving it over. The inspector's here. There you go. What do you think to that? Good enough. Don't you notice that over there? I've got to touch it up. There's not much light in here, guys. Yeah, the walls are all over the place, but whatever. Now you see here, this is exactly what I'm on about. There's a bit of a gap here, but you can hardly see it because I painted it grey. And I've done the best I can getting it to fit. It keeps springing back, but that'll do. Perfectly matched there, look. Eye level. Good enough? I think so. Done the stairwell. That's done. That was the hardest part, that's doing that drop there. Yeah, just let it all go back. Don't worry about these bubbles. Don't ever go back to bubbles and try and like to get them go flat, because the paper stretches back and it all goes back. So never worry about bubbling. Most cases, sometimes they don't go back, then you've shit's hit the fan. But generally, guys. Right, let's just carry on, eh?